Hello, my beautiful angels. I just woke up, so I'm realizing my voice might be a little bit raspy, but I'm gonna assume that I sound sexy. Good morning. Okay, we're going to tap into a collective reading. I feel that we're talking about money. I feel that we're talking about finances. We're talking about leveling up. Today's reading was inspired by a song that came on my shuffle. The name of the song is called Living the Dream by Queen Herbie. So you might want to look it up, YouTube it up, if you feel so inclined. And hold on, I don't like how this camera is positioned. And then I fuck it up. Okay. Hold on. We're almost there. We almost got it. All right. It might look exactly the same to you, but it was weird in the tripod for me. Okay, so today I do have my microphone in, so this is just a little warning. If you aren't listening with your headphones, you might not want to listen at full volume. I might put the microphone down to shuffle and all that stuff, so it might be a little bit weird at times. With that being said, let's tap into this energy. I have been loving my Wild Unknown tarot deck lately, so let's go in with this baby. And let's begin. So the song, she starts off the song saying, I woke up with views of the city. Top of the hill, shit is crazy. Thinking about hard times that made me. And somehow I became the boss. Okay, so basically, if you listen to the entire song, she's talking about her current life versus her old life, right? In one part of the song, she says, "I don't make dinner anymore. That's what the chef's here for. I didn't always have it, but I still kind of miss just rolling in my mom's car, knowing we were rock stars, didn't have the cash for gas. We had to use the Coinstar, which basically, if you don't know, Coinstar is it's like a machine where you can go and take any change that you have, and if you have like $30 in change, then they'll take a percentage and then they'll give you the cash back, you know? So she's basically talking about having a time where she was financially struggling. In another part of the song, she says, I learned how to steer this Mercedes, the Mercedes that she currently is driving, because I was working all of those hours at the valet. So there was a time in her life where she wasn't wealthy. She couldn't afford a Mercedes, but she was driving a Mercedes because she was working at the valet. So when there were people who were driving Mercedes going to the restaurant she worked or wherever she worked, she was the person who was dropping their car off and picking it back up. And so the energy that I'm getting is this kind of started from the bottom, now we're here. Whether you're not at the bottom anymore, you're midway up to the top of the hill, or you're right on the peak, this collective message is for the woman who is growing and expanding her finances, moving into her next level, ready to move into her next apartment, her next home, ready to buy her next home, ready to buy her next car, right? That's the energy. Now, if you listen to the entire song, she basically is just kind of saying, like, you know, looking back at it, I was kind of living my dream when I didn't have any. There were some good moments, but that's not the message that I'm getting for the collective. I mean, yes, you could have had good moments, but that's not the entire message. There's parts of the song that really resonate. Queen of Pentacles coming out first. There's parts of the song that definitely, oh my God, and then we got the Queen of Cups. Shit. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Earth sign energy, water sign energy. You don't have to be these signs, but these energies are coming through. That's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If you're a Pisces like me, happy birthday. My birthday is March 12th, which might be the day that the majority of you guys see this. The members of my membership will see this video first. So if you want early access to the collective readings as well as the extendeds, then go ahead and join my membership by clicking the link in the description box. Okay, so let me get back to the message. Basically, the message from the universe is you're about to have a time where you're on the other side and reminiscing about how things came together for you. You know how in manifestation, the how is not your job, right? How it's going to come, how it's going to show up, how the people are going to find you, how the job is going to hire you, right? Manifestation is very much undercover superstar. We will find you wherever you are. The universe is orchestrating the manifestation of your desires. The universe is finding the right people. The universe is finding the right investors. The universe is finding the right customers, the right clients, the right bosses, the right environments, and is bringing that into your world as you are aligning and as you are allowing your desires in. So with this living the dream, a lot of times in manifestation, you don't know how shit's going to come together. But once you get that manifestation, you can look back at it and you can go, oh my God, I see how one thing was leading into the next. Okay, I'm going to give you a really quick example. Last year, I did a 3-day free offer. And it was this 3-day live event called Sorry Not Settling. It's a really amazing program. I'm considering, it's currently a bonus inside of my Receiver's Mindset program, but I'm considering selling it as a one-off program as well, just because it's that amazing. So anyway, I did 3 days of Sorry Not Settling. And there were a couple different women who I connected with and met through that program. They were doing the homework, so we're emailing, going back and forth. I end up offering a free session and meeting with one of the women. And now, all of these months later, as I was manifesting to get this bill paid off, the woman who participated in Sorry Not Settling, all the way back in October, November, and who I had a call with her, she ends up buying my current coaching package. I have a sale going right now, 5 sessions for $500. I have no idea how long I'm going to have it going, but it just feels so good to me right now. So that's there. So anyway, I have that offer and she purchased that. So she booked her first session and that money came in and that money paid off the bill that I needed it to, the bill that I needed to be paid off, or the bill that I wanted to be paid off. And so the point is, I can look back and I can see how even in November, when business was growing and expanding and my YouTube was starting to grow and expand again, and my, money was growing and expanding and all of that, and I was making these connections, sometimes the women who, I had to burp. Sometimes the women who I was interacting with and connecting with, they did not buy the thing that I was selling, right? They didn't enroll in the Receiver's Mindset course, but that's okay, because now, here today, they're in a different position. I'm in a different position. I have different needs. They're ready to work with me. And that money is powerfully serving me in this very specific way. So I can look back and I can see how changes and shifts and things have been aligning and growing and expanding over several months. Women who I have worked with and connected with are buying my offers now, are investing in themselves through my work now. And I can see how I've been nurturing them this entire time, whether it was through direct conversation or just podcast episodes or just me showing up and different things like that. It doesn't even matter. The point is that it's all adding up, and what it has added up to is me having a community of women who are loyal to themselves and who have a certain level of loyalty to my work. They come in and they buy and they invest again and they invest again, and then they go higher and they go higher with themselves. And so that's just such a beautiful example, and that's the message that's coming through here, especially because we got the 3 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is meticulous action. For my members of the collective, you have been taking meticulous action towards your goals. The Knight of Pentacles is not the card of overnight success. And so you're about to have this experience where you feel like an overnight celebrity. Think back to the song living the dream. She says, top of the hill. I woke up this morning with views of the city. Some of you guys are moving to a city where you're going to have beautiful views. You're going to have a beautiful view from your home of whatever you want, right? Maybe a beautiful view for you is the mountains. Maybe a beautiful view for you is the beach. Maybe a beautiful view for you is the skyline. You're going to have what you consider to be a beautiful view. She says, top of the hill, shit is crazy. So basically, when you are at the top of the hill, that is, the most expensive homes. We can think of Hollywood Hills, and also it's just kind of common knowledge. Like, think of the song by DJ Khaled, Nothing Can Stop Me, I'm All the Way Up. And then he says, when you ask anybody where I live, they point to the hill and say, go all the way up, right? I'm all the way up. You might want to go and listen to that song. Specifically, I'm hearing the version, I don't know if he says that in the version with Remy Ma, but I'm hearing the song with Remy Ma. And when Remy Ma gets into her verse, she's like, just left the big house to a bigger house. Ain't have a girlfriend, but the bitch is out. So basically, again, there's this energy of once I felt trapped, once I felt like I didn't have enough, once I felt like I was more financially constrained, once I felt like I couldn't live the lifestyle of my desire, once I felt like the money wasn't flowing, but I continued to show up. I continued to move forward. I continued to put in my best energy and my best efforts. And the universe is just coming through in this collective message, letting you know that you do not need to fret. You do not need to freak out and wonder. You might be in a position where you're asking yourself, like, fuck, like, is this shit ever gonna come? Is this shit ever gonna manifest? Is this shit ever gonna happen for me? Or am I just, kind of having this pipe dream, this idea for myself, this lifestyle that I want to live, but it's not actually going to show up? With the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups coming through, and even the Three of Pentacles, this message that's coming through from the universe is absolutely yes. Your time is coming. You didn't come this far to get this far. You did not come this far to get this far. You did not learn this much to get this far. With the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, this is giving me strong Virgo energy, even though I don't know the astrological association with the card specifically, but we can go Earth sign Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Definitely Capricorn energy, definitely Virgo energy. Capricorn energy is the energy that works its way from the bottom of the company to the top. Capricorn energy is we started this company in the basement. Capricorn energy is I started as the custodian and now I'm the CEO. Virgo energy is the meticulous action that we take every single day, because that's Virgo. Virgo is our daily routine. So Virgo energy is the meticulous, the detail-oriented action that we take every single day as a part of our daily routine in order to bring our dreams into fruition. Oh my fucking God. Full moon in Virgo. Bitch, it's Pisces season. Full moon in Virgo, earth sign energy, and the sun is in Pisces, water sign energy. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles energy that we're seeing coming through here. So this full moon in Pisces is bringing you powerful realizations, is bringing you powerful results, is powerfully bringing you forward. And the universe is saying what's going to help you and what's going to support you in this. We have the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and then the Hanged Man underneath that with the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. It's like what's going to help you is releasing your we can say limiting beliefs, but that's not right. It feels like conflicting thoughts. Like, sure, they could be rooted in a limiting belief, but it's a conflicting thought specifically. The conflicting thought, maybe it's not happening. The conflicting thought, I don't see the results yet, so maybe it's not showing up. The conflicting thought, maybe I'm just stuck being here, right? The terrible, horrible phrase that I hate so much, and every single time I see it, I want to claw my eyeballs out of my head, and I want to rip my tongue out of my skull. It makes me so angry seeing this phrase. Sometimes I feel that I'm like a really chill Scorpio, and then I feel a strong opinion about something, and then I say some crazy shit like that, and I go, oh yeah, Let's move on. So anyway, that phrase that a lot of people say, you don't have to be a black woman, but this is just an example. The phrase that a lot of people say, which is like, as a black woman, you have to work 10 times as much to get half as much. You have to be 10 times as good to get half as much. And there's that kind of thought pattern. There's that kind of belief system that's coming through where it's just like, I'm working so diligently. I'm putting in time. I'm putting in energy. I'm putting in effort. I'm showing up. I'm not seeing the results. Am I falling into that trap where it doesn't matter how hard I work? Am I falling into that trap where it doesn't matter what I do? I'm never going to get out of here. I'm always going to be stuck here. That's where there's just a little bit of unease. There's just a little bit of conflict. There's just a little bit of contrast going on within you. The universe is coming through and is saying, diva. No, diva. Go ahead and let that go, right? Full moon in Virgo energy is a great time for releasing that anxiety. It's a great time for moving through, for releasing that, and for letting that go, because it's just not the ultimate truth. It's just not the ultimate truth. Okay, and with this Ace of Swords energy, it's like what's more important is what God says, right? We're having a conversation about what is the ultimate truth. I don't even know the fucking orientation of this video, y'all. I think it's like this. What's more important is God's truth. What's more important is the ultimate truth. What's more important is what you've been created for. You weren't created to stay in your same tax bracket that you were born into. You weren't created to stay in poverty. You weren't created to stay in not enough land. You were created for abundance. You were created for wealth. So at the end of the day, it's not even about what you do or what you don't do. You're walking out your path. You're walking out your destiny. You're walking out your calling. You were never going to stay there. That was never going to be you. That was never going to be your lifestyle. That was never going to be your experience. Where you started was never where you were going to end up, because you were always called to go higher. You were always called to elevate higher. You were always made to be at the top of the fucking hill. Look at that 3 of Pentacles, bitch. Don't play with me. Because I have not been looking at the cards. You guys can't see me, but I'm like looking up into outer space. Look at this fucking 3 of Pentacles and look at this big ass hill. First, it might have felt like you were fighting an uphill battle, which I don't want to diminish that. The journey absolutely has been challenging. And you're doing it. And where are you going to be at the end of the journey? You're going to be at the top of the hill. That's the collective message. Is that you're about to be someplace waking up with views of the city. For some of you, this is a vacation. For others of you, this is a new apartment. This is a new home. It could definitely be a combination of both. You could be going on a vacation before you move into your new home, but there's an energy of movement here after a period of what felt like stagnation. And now I'm going to say something to you. And maybe I need you to listen to this video 3 times so that you can really get it, so that you can really hear it. Okay, because it's possible for it to be misconstrued, and I don't want it to be. With the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, this is slow, diligent action, momentum that builds up over time. When you get to the top of the hill, there is no going back. Okay, Knight of Wands energy. There might have been people who look like they grew faster than you, look like they blew up in a higher way than you, look like they were soaring past you, zooming past you. You're ever driving on the fucking freeway and then a fast ass fucking car zooms past you. You're like, damn, okay, if it's that serious for you to get where you're going, be my fucking guest. It might appear that they're getting to the destination sooner than you, quicker than you. But they're like, maybe the wealth is the lessons we learn along the way. And I don't want to say that unsupportive story that says you have to struggle for it to mean something. I never want to say that. I'm never saying that. I don't want to say that unsupportive story that says only good things come with time, because I don't want to say that. I never want to say that. We welcome things to come into our lives quickly, and we welcome things to come into our lives easily. But the message that's coming through here with the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, is that you're in a really unique position where you're about to have this overnight status, overnight celebrity status and experience, except you're not an overnight celebrity. So you know how maybe certain people, let me just give you a random scenario. Let's say you've got a celebrity, boom, they make it big. They go to their first audition. The people are like, oh my God, we love them. Get them a record deal now. Let's get into this. Let's do this. Blah, 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 blah. And then boom, they signed the deal. But oops, it's a fucking 360 deal, which I don't even know what a 360 deal is, but it's just not a good deal, right? They sign a fucking predatory deal. They've got $1 million advance, but really they don't own their masters. They don't own this. I'm kind of mixing music industry and acting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is, they've got the overnight celebrity status. They're living in a beautiful home. They're on top of the hill. How come I'm not on top of the hill? I've been doing my thing. I've been working my crafts. I've been putting out hits. I write amazing fucking things. How come I'm not on the top of the hill? And look at this person who just fucking got here, who just showed up, who just barely even did anything. And now it looks like they have everything. But what happens? They signed the predatory deal. They are now in a total amount of debt. They owe 3 albums, 365 million movies. They're not hardly getting any royalties. They've just signed themselves off into a form of enslavement, meaning they're going to be doing more work than what they're getting paid for because they don't know. Meanwhile, you, Knight of Pentacles energy, well, you almost had a deal that one time, but you looked at the contract and you said, no, let's change this and let's just rearrange this because I'm not doing that and I'm not signing this. And so that deal fell through. Oh, that sucked. And you were going to do this and you were going to work on this and it was going to be a really great thing, but you're like, oh, this just doesn't feel right to me in my heart, my soul, and my spirit. I think that's wrong. Oh, that was a good idea because it turns out that that director was a perv, to say the least. You've been on this journey for what seems like a longer time, but you've been learning boundaries. You've been on this journey for what seems like a longer time, but you've been learning self-value. You've been on this journey for what seems like a longer amount of time, but you've been learning all of these little lessons. Knight of Pentacles energy, slow, meticulous action. You've been going one level after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. Okay, they're showing me overnight celebrity status. Sometimes people who are kindergarten level are getting accepted into college. And it's like, wow, look at this kindergartner in college. Isn't it so cool? This kindergartner in college. Wow, everyone clap for this kindergartner who was accepted into college. But that kindergartner with the kindergarten reading level, is that kindergartner truly prepared for college socially? Is that kindergartner prepared for college? Absolutely not. You went kindergarten, first grade. I know all of us are international, but we're going to go the American schooling system, okay? You went kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. You're like, oh my God, all of these 5th graders are going to college. What the fuck? Why am I in the 11th grade? You get into the 12th grade. You graduate from high school. Now you're going into college. And while you were in college, while you were in high school, you were working a part-time job. You were putting money away for college. You're going into college, you have more financial stability, you have more social skills, you actually have a college reading level. You're actually prepared for college. You're actually set up to thrive in college. Some of these people who look like they have everything are actually pages. But it looks real nice and it looks real good. They're not prepared for any of that. And so behind the scenes, they're struggling, having a horrible, terrible time. Because now they have to catch up everything that they missed. All of the lessons that they thought they skipped over, nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that. There's no life experience where people get to skip over their lessons. Now we feel like we're talking about Saturn. Capricorn energy. Saturn is getting ready to move into Aries. I'm so excited. We're going to get Saturn in Aries briefly. You guys, it's almost time for my Saturn return. I'm very excited. I love Saturn. I have a Capricorn moon. Anyway, focus. When we're having a conversation about Saturn, we're having a conversation about lessons. We're having a conversation about responsibility. We're having a conversation about accountability. You are not going to get out of this life without learning some lessons. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get to where you want to be and be able to stay there permanently and be able to maintain it without learning the lessons that need to be learned so that you can maintain and hold that vibration. How many people win the lottery and then lose it within a year? Why does that happen? Because they don't have a supportive belief system. They don't have a good relationship with money. They cannot maintain the vibration of the wealth that they have allowed into their lives. And so that money must leave. Because before we live in anything else, what do we live in? We live in a vibrational reality. So if we want to call something in and we want to maintain that thing, we need to be able to hold the vibration of that thing. You can't hold the vibration of wealth when your subconscious mind is screaming, there's never enough money, there's never enough money, there's never enough for me. You're setting yourself up with this Knight of Pentacles energy. When you get into the higher level position, you're not going to be going, everybody is going to think that I'm an imposter. I'm feeling really nervous about this meeting. I don't know if I can lead this. I don't really know if I can do this. You're not going to have that. Because you know who you are. And you know what you came to do. And you already learned that lesson. You already learned that lesson on how to have confidence in yourself. You already learned that lesson on how to believe in yourself. You already learned that lesson on how to trust yourself, how to hype yourself up, how to be your biggest fan. How to love, honor, and respect yourself and what you bring to the table. Everything is not what it seems. So it might look like, wow, all of these different people are thriving and their Instagram looks so good and blah, 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 blah. A lot of times shit are illusions. Not saying that people can't really have happiness and all of this stuff, but a lot of times shit is an illusion, except when you're a member of my collective. Because this Three of Pentacles is a card of growth, expansion, and it's a card of stability, triangle. Isn't the triangle the most stable shape? Isn't it? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I get from this. Stability from the bottom up. You were working diligently and moving forward. You are a tree. And maybe that tree wasn't growing and expanding and shooting out of the ground. But every single day that you were working, that was another root that was going deeper and deeper into the earth. Getting entangled into the earth. And so what happens when you have a tree that is so deeply rooted and planted in the earth? What happens when there's a hurricane? What happens when there's a heavy rain? What happens when there's high winds? A tree that does not have deep, strong roots cannot withstand that pressure. You are becoming an overnight celebrity with deep, strong roots who can withstand the pressure, especially for those of you that are choosing to be in the public eye. If this is not where you are, this is where you need to be working to be. I'm not talking about the public eye. I'm talking about this place mentally and emotionally. I do have programs. Okay? I do have journals. I do have offers. Click the links in the bio. Click what stands out to you. Purchase what feels good to you so you can get to where we are. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter where you're going to be, there's going to be people who don't like what you're doing. No matter where you are, there's going to be people who don't agree with you. Especially for those of you that are choosing a life in the public eye. You're choosing a life where people know you. You have gifts and talents that you have come here to bring the world. And there is a level of notoriety that comes along with that. Whether you're working in the music industry, whether you are working in other places in the entertainment industry, whether you are a fashion designer or you're a movie producer or you're a movie star or you're going to be a Nobel Prize winning physicist, or you're going to be a fucking congresswoman, because they have a lot to say about it. Our congresswomen, don't they? If you have a calling and you step into the spotlight and you don't have thick skin and you don't have self-confidence and you don't have an internal strong sense of self, and your validation is only coming from people on the outside liking you, you've seen how fame can fuck people up when they don't have strong roots and a strong foundation. But you, Knight of Pentacles, you know better. And that's why you're coming out as the Queen of Pentacles. That's why you're about to have this overnight celebrity status and experience. But you can handle it. I was on live the other week. I don't even fucking remember. And I had on a tube top. And somebody, anonymous troll, commented and said, I look like a linebacker because my shoulders are wide. First of all, I look model-esque. Let's start there. Let's start there and let's stop there. My shoulders are one of the most beautiful things about me. I love my shoulders. They're fabulous. But in that moment, I didn't have to EFT tap and journal it out and do all of those things. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't have to do that because I've been doing this for quite a while. And instead, immediately in my mind, I saw that as an opportunity to talk about my self-love. Thank you, universe, because I've been wanting to talk about it. I'm so glad that you asked how I'm able to love myself as a Black woman in America. As a Black woman who is unfortunately existing simultaneously with white supremacy and the Western beauty standard. Actually, I really do love myself. Also, nobody can ever really hurt my feelings when they're looking at me and they're saying, haha, you look like a multimillionaire. Fat bitch. I look like I get bitches. You could never hurt me by telling me that I look rich. I'm sorry, you can't. Gotta be more creative than that. But that's neither here nor there. That's not the point. That's not the point. But it is the point. The point is, you can't troll me and spam me in my comment section and take me out of my character or take me out of my self-love, because number one, I'm loved in real life. Number two, men fall over themselves all over me in real life. Number three, I am loved deeply and completely by my ancestors and my spirit team, and I get my validation from the Most High God. So I don't really give a fuck about what a human being who has no sense of purpose thinks or feels or says about me. It doesn't matter if it's one troll or two trolls or five trolls or 10 or 100 or 1,000. You remember that Tyler, the Creator viral tweet? What the fuck is cyberbullying? Just turn the phone off. You can't hurt me with this internet shit. Because I love me in real life. And my worth is not defined by the numbers. I'm so much greater. That's this Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy. Where are you right now with your belief in yourself? Where are you right now with your beliefs in your gifts? Where are you right now with your beliefs in your value? When they come to you and they say, we want to make a deal and this is what we're offering, and the deal is insultingly low, are you at a place where you are confident enough in yourself and in your value that you are willing to say no and walk away from shit that doesn't serve you? If you're in my collective and this message is for you, I think the answer is yes. Okay, let's see. Hangman coming through again. I'm just kidding, I want oracle cards. Let's see how long this is. About 35 minutes. Okay, we need to wrap this up soon. So we'll pull a couple more cards and then we'll take it over to the extended. Okay, so talking more about this next level wealth. Shut up, bitch. Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Fucking crown came out. And then we have carrot. Opportunity or windfall. Exactly that. Talk to me about this next level of abundance. We have cup. Talk to me about this next level of abundance. Clouds. Candle. Oh my God. Candle came out in the extended reading from yesterday. And then we got nest. Okay, I feel like we need two more. Then we got axe. Talk to us about this abundance coming through. Okay, that was a month of the year card. I don't want that. Gavel, involvement with the law. We've been talking a lot about contracts, and then we got October. Okay. Let's see what's coming through here. In the extended, we're going to pull some more astrology cards, I think. Okay. Crown, carrot. Then we had cup, clouds, nest. Can you see all of these? I don't know. No, you can see carrot, but you can't see. Oh my God. Could you guys not see the Queen of Pentacles this entire time? I've been pointing to it and shit. I'm like, see, it's right there. You're like, actually, Diva, we can't see. Sorry about that. Let's move this over. Crown, carrot, cup, clouds. Your name could be CC. There's a lot of C's coming through here. Okay. Then we had axe, and then candle, and then gavel, and then October. Oh, perfect. 9 cards. I didn't even do that on purpose. Okay. This October card gives me fall, gives me releasing full moon vibes, releasing what no longer serves you. Okay, let's read all the cards and then see what messages are coming through. Crown, it says honor and respect will come to you. Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. Clouds, temporary problems. Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Axe, forces working against you. Candle, you will be shown the way. Gavel, involvement with the law. And then October. Okay. So, first thing coming out is for my collective, you guys definitely could have had I'm hearing that is over now. What you need to hear more than anything else is that is over now. Okay, it was a temporary situation. The time when you were held in high regard and you received an amazing opportunity, and then people were criticizing you, but it wasn't valid criticism. It was unnecessary criticism. It was harsh criticism. You wanted to feel loved, you wanted to feel secure, you wanted to feel taken care of, but actually, there were forces that were working against you. People saw you soaring and they were jealous and they didn't like that, and so they attacked you and they hurt you. With the energy of the gavel coming through, I feel like this is a message of justice. They're like, first of all, you're gonna get your justice, because we're having a lot of conversations about Saturn. Some of you guys could be moving into your Saturn return. You're preparing for your Saturn return. So you definitely could have Saturn in Aries. You might have Saturn in Pisces, and that's wrapping up for you. But regardless, we're having conversations about justice that is undoubtedly coming towards you. But the overall message, before we get into the extended, is that is over now. That experience of people being harshly critical of you, making you feel like you're not good enough, making you feel like you can't do anything right, that's over now. And that's what needs to be looked at right now. That's what needs to be journaled through right now. That's what needs to be shifted right now. You need to be tapping into the vibration of being in your next levels of success and being safe and being secure. Okay, there's a song that's coming through which is called Crown. It's literally called Crown by Jay-Z. So you might definitely want to go and listen to it. Basically, he's just saying basically just go listen to the song if you feel called to go listen to the song. It's kind of a song about like betrayal, but like overcoming, whatever. So okay, Candle, you will be shown the way. Knight of Pentacles. You've been working, you've been growing, you've been learning lessons, you've been getting better. You are more ready than you think you are to shine. It is now time to remove the veil and step into the spotlight once again. You have been hiding yourself. You have been holding yourself back because of the mean, terrible things that people say, or the mean, terrible things that people did. And you could have literally felt threatened, because that Axe card just feels super threatening to me, right? People coming after you in your job, that's people coming after you in your livelihood, that will make anybody feel unsafe, that will make anybody feel insecure. It is now your job to heal. It is now your job to tap into and create a life experience where you are living your dream while also being safe and secure. What do I want to say about this? Okay, I'm going to give the example. I'm trying to think of what to say. Give me a second, because I'm thinking of a really good example to give this point. Okay. Basically, what they're saying is you can't be avoidant of the work that you actually want to do. No, I'm trying to figure out. Please. It's a feeling that I feel, and it's something that I understand, but putting it into words is like, oh. Okay, so let's say that you have a negative experience. Let's say that you became a lawyer. You're like, I love law. Law is so amazing. So you become a lawyer, you get a job, you're working at a law firm. You're doing amazing, you're killing it on all of your cases, and the other lawyers in the firm are super jealous. So they're gossiping about you behind your back, they're trying to sabotage your cases. You just feel attacked and you just feel completely unsafe. I know this, I have experienced this, not as a lawyer, but many times in life. And so you just feel really, really unsafe. So long story short, you leave. You leave your job, or you're let go from your job as a lawyer. And then when it's time for you to get your next job, you find a job as a paralegal. And in the work that you're doing as a paralegal, you are working in a great office, you're having a great time, everybody's nice to you there. And it's like, see, this is nice. My life as a paralegal, this is good, except it's not good because God created you to be a lawyer. So have your time as a paralegal and lick your wounds and heal, and do the EFT tapping if that's what you need to do, and do the journaling if that's what you need to do, and do the crying and the screaming if that's what you need to do, and cuss a couple people out if that's what you need to do. You know, that's just what I'm saying. You know, that's just what I'm saying. Well, it is what I'm saying. You know, you don't have to do that, but I mean, if you feel so inclined, if the spirit moves you, anyway, let's move on. Do what you need to do to heal. You spend your time as a paralegal, you do what you need to do to heal. And then, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to put your big girl undies on and you're going to go back to work as a lawyer. Because there are people with cases that only you can win. Think about the blonde, Legally Blonde. Who else could have won that case except for Elle Woods? Who else was in that law school spending all of that time at the hair salon and focused on her self-care and maintenance? Who else would have known that about that perm? Elle Woods is the only lawyer who could have won that case. There are cases that only you can win based on your past experience, not just your childhood experience, but the experiences you've had while you were taking a break from the spotlight, the things that you've learned, the things that you've gone through. There are people's hearts that only you can touch with your artwork. There are people waiting to be inspired who can only be inspired by your work. There are people waiting to be healed who can only be healed by your diagnosis. Think about, what are the television shows? Television shows like House, where they're like, we've got this case and nowhere to solve it. We have no idea what's wrong. And then House comes in and nobody thinks like House does. And he's like, well, this is actually the case. This is actually what happened. Or there was an episode of Grey's Anatomy where Dr. Bailey, she was like a resident or something. And there was like a senior surgeon, whatever. And she was going to give this patient an unnecessary surgery. This senior surgeon was going to give this patient an unnecessary surgery. And Dr. Bailey, who was actually willing to listen to the patient and examine the patient's symptoms in a deeper way, realized that the patient had a completely different thing going on. The patient didn't need the surgery. And so Dr. Bailey was the one who spoke up and said, you're not going to do this unnecessary surgery on this patient because you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't do your job. There are people who can only be served by you. You're not the only person who's losing when you let bullies win. You're not the only person who's losing when you let negative Nancys determine whether or not you chase your fucking dreams. Your community, who's waiting to hear your music, who's waiting to watch your movies, who's waiting to read your books, who's waiting to buy your art. You know, God, what's her name? The woman who played Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. She says, do you know how many people come up to me and they tell me I went to law school because of you? And she's like, I never went to law school. The movies that we watch and the books that we read and the media that we consume, it changes us, it inspires us, it heals us, it shifts us, it puts us on our path, it exposes us to possibilities that we would otherwise be unaware of. You have a calling and you have a gift, but because somebody, could have even been somebody in your family, because somebody said something unsupportive to you, because somebody didn't believe in you, because somebody was mean to you, because someone told you directly or indirectly that you couldn't do it, that you would never make it, that you didn't have what it takes, you gave up on yourself, and now you're suffering because you're not living your dream. And your community is continuing to suffer because they need you, and it will only be you. That's the downside of having self-worth. What is self-worth? Self-worth is when I know that I am an important, significant woman who matters and belongs. If you're an important person, that means we can't do it without you. You're an important part of life on earth, of progress for humanity. That means if you don't show up, we are fucked. You are an important, significant woman who matters and who belongs. If you do not show up, if you do not go bigger, if you do not step into your purpose, if you do not step into the spotlight as you have been called to do, as you have been created to do, you are not the only one who suffers. So there's a bigger responsibility at hand. And I know that you, as a woman, care about that responsibility. Because you have the crown. And you're a queen. And what is a queen without her people? Being royalty means that you have people to serve. You have people to take care of. Unless you call yourself a queen and you don't mean it. You have people to serve. And with that, we'll close this reading out. And we'll get deeper in the extended reading. I'm going to talk specifically about how things are growing in your career and how they're growing in your money and finances. This next energy, what does it look like? What does it feel like? And I'm going to hook you up with the journal prompts and the exercises and all of that good shit. So either head to the extended in your membership or join the membership by clicking the link in the description box to get access to the extended reading. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one.